Hey Leo, Mariah here. It's an honor and a privilege to be reading for you guys. Hopefully you guys are doing really good. So let's get into it. I want to see what Spirit needs you all to know. So Spirit guides, angels, ancestors for my Leos. What do they need to know? What is the most important messages for my Leos? Thank you. We have distorted perceptions. Okay. And let's pull out the tarot. What does our Leos need to know, Spirit? What do our Leos need to know? On that card, it says, reality is rarely what we are raised to believe it is. Okay. And I just saw the hangman on the bottom. Okay. What do our Leos need to know, Spirit? What's the most important message that our Leos need to know? This is going to apply to one person, but I'm just seeing it and hearing it. I don't know if this is, somebody has one now. Maybe this was back in the day. I'm hearing the Dodge Caravan. If somebody used to have a Dodge Caravan, you know, the minivan. Five of Pentacles. Two of Swords in the reverse. What else do our Leos need to know? Three of Swords, the Chariot in the reverse. Three of Swords is in the upright. Two more, Spirit. What else does our Leos need to know? We got the Ace of Pentacles and the Hierophant. One more. What else do our Leos need to know? Queen of Cups in the reverse. Ace of Cups. What's going on, Leo? And the Star. And then you're right underneath all that, the Strength, and then we have the Magician as well. What's going on? Because you're feeling left out. Is something. Okay. I don't know how to put this, and I don't mean to pause like this, but it's a really wonky energy. And the reason why I'm saying it's a wonky energy is because, Leo, I feel like there's something that you've been hoping for, praying for, wishing for, something that you feel is truly in alignment with your life path, your life soul, your life mission, your life purpose. There's something that you have this idea towards, that you're wanting to take a step forward towards, you're wanting to take movement towards, but there's disappointment here. I don't know if there's disappointment about it not happening, about it not coming to fruition. I don't know if there's disappointment of not getting the outcomes or having the yielding results that you're looking for. But it feels like either you're not seeing movement in a certain area as quickly as you would like to, or you're not seeing the kind of progression in the area that you would like to. Now, this can be any area of life, but mind you, this is only your perception. This doesn't mean it's reality. Leo, okay. Can I be real with you? Can I be real with you? I hate when this happens. Yo, I just got to give it to you straight, man. Just from me to you personally, this may really resonate with one person. I know I say that from time to time, but I really do mean this, because I get what the cards are telling me, but the energy is guiding me elsewhere, which resonates back to this, but I gotta divert for a quick second here, Leo. In regards to whatever it is that you got your sights set on, that you're hoping for, you're wishing for, something that you really feel dreamy about, that you just can see, maybe this is an idea, a fantasy, something that you're really wanting to cultivate in your day-to-day life, or some type of goal, some type of mission, something that really would bring you abundance, that you feel aligns with you, not only with your higher self, but with your faith and your walk of path and your walk of life in this lifetime. But there's something here that's distorting your perception, but it doesn't have to. I'm not going to curse. It doesn't have to do with you, Leo. This feels more so like ancestral, if I'm saying the word right, ancestral wounding. That's what this more so feels like. And like I said, I got to go to the left on this, man. Leo, when you look back, I'm just getting a little nervous. When you look back at not only your upbringing, but your lineage, your heritage, your legacy, the people that you come from. I'm hearing the year 1982. I don't know if you were born in the year 1982, if a family member was born in the year 1982. I'm getting something about the year 1982 that have some form of significance here. But you need to look back to these moments, because it feels like, Leo, what you're wanting is going to happen here for you. What you're wanting, or what this idea or this dream is that you have in mind that's in your line of sight, that you really feel does align with your faith, your belief, what it is that you're trying to bring into fruition in this lifetime. The reason why your perception is distorted is not necessarily because of you. Mind you, we are human. We have human experiences. Yes, we can get in our own way, have clouded judgment, feel like because things aren't happening on our timeline that either it won't happen for us or that it's not meant for us. But Leo, this feels a little bit different than that. It feels a little bit deeper than that. It's not just you, right? That's normal human experiences, but I'm going to have to tell you something personally. It feels more so like if you were to look back at the upbringing you had, if you were to look back at, and be cautious when I say this, how your parents raised you, how your parents were raised, how your grandparents were raised, and even if you came from your personal parents, right? Even if they raised you well, going back beyond them, because it does feel like there's energy here that has been passed down to you. Now, mind you, energy can't be killed. It can't die. It just transmutes. It transforms. It goes. It has to be transferred elsewhere. It feels like, and I'm not trying to be sci-fi when I say this, but I'm just speaking directly from spirit to you. It feels like, Leo, you come from, whoever I'm speaking to, comes from a background or a lineage of some form of hardships, difficulties, some form of abuse, some form of dysfunctional family, some form of dysfunction. And even if you don't know who your parents are, say if you were adopted or anything like that, whoever your biological parents are, whether you know who they are or not, it's like your DNA still is embedded with some form of dysfunction here. And mind you, yes, we do have our own human experiences that can cause limitations, but this feels greater and outside of your own personal circumstances, Leo. And the thing is, I'm seeing that you're able to achieve what it is that you want to achieve, but your reality is distorted, your perception is distorted, and it's not based upon you, it's based upon some form of dysfunctional lineage that you have that has caused some form of programming or some form of conditioning within your own psyche, where it further aids in a negative way to your outlook on life or your outlook on achieving goals. So I have to ask you, and I'm not trying to get personal in your business. I promise you that. I'm not trying to get personal in your business, but I have to ask you in regards to how you were raised. Did your parents speak life into you? Did your parents breathe life into you? Did your parents motivate you? Did your parents encourage you and encourage your goals? Did your parents support you? Were your parents supportive of you? Did your parents accept you? Did your parents make you feel validated? Your thoughts, your dreams, your quirks, your weirdness, your things that made you unique and eccentric, did your parents embrace that and embrace you for all that you were? Because I'm getting the feeling, and I'm sorry I'm talking fast. I'm off on a tangent left. But I have to ask you if you receive this kind of care and consideration and love, because there's something in regards to a lack of either not being respected by your parents, a lack of not being supported by your parents in the way that was conducive to your healthy development as a young youth or as a young child, that's now aiding in your adult life to you feeling like whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, whatever this dream is, that it may not be able to be obtained and achieved. And yes, we can put it on, okay, well, it's my own mindset, or my mindset needs to be changed, or I need to get a different outlook on life, or etc. But no, it goes deeper than that. There's some form of wounding here that goes back to your childhood. And because it goes back to your childhood, it's affecting you today as an adult. And I have to ask you, Leo, when was the last time you've left your environment? Whether it is your current home, when was the last time you took a trip? When was the last time you've been on vacation? And the reason why I say that, because a lot of times most people die 20 miles from where they're born. Most people. The reason why I'm saying this, especially for the one I'm talking to, especially if you are still nearby the location, the area, the city, the state that you grew up in, where you experienced the dysfunctional family or dysfunctional parent or dysfunctional family member, the energy is still there of those patterns, of what was conditioned, of what was placed upon you, of what you've experienced. There's a need to shake that S-H-I-T, up. There's a need for you to get out of that energy. If it's moving to a different state, whether it is moving to a different country, whether it's going on a vacation, an extended vacation, if you can. I know we all adults and we got life circumstances and we may have kids for some of us, so we can't really do that. But there's something here. There's energy still attached to you in a certain location or area where you may be, or whether it's people that you're still connected to, that's still connected to some deep roots from your childhood that's affecting you and your perception on what you can achieve today. That has to go. Geez, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent like that. That has to go. Because I'm literally Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, just to jump back into the cards. The Star, the Strength, the Magician. It's all right here. All on the basis of the Hierophant. Something that's really, truly meant for you and your calling and your purpose in this lifetime. But there's something that goes back to the way you experience life in your earlier years and the patterns that have been placed upon you. And even if you grew up with an okay or decent childhood, think about the legacy or the lineage before you. That energy of what they may have experienced is still passed down to you through DNA, through your genetics, and you still carry the weight of that, even if your experiences wasn't that bad as a child. But guess what? That's still aiding to this distorted perception of you being able to achieve whatever this goal is, or you feeling like it's not going to happen, or it's not going to happen on the time frame, or it's not going to come to fruition with this start. And guess what? It is. But for you to be in full alignment, for you to be in open arms of receiving and accepting whatever you've been, Page of Cups, dreaming of, hoping for, wishing for, idealizing, romanticizing, wanting. What were you shown as a child? What were you shown in your younger years? What was your upbringing like? And I ask you this, and I say that to say this, because it has some form of impact on you as an adult today. And I don't know how self-aware you are of this. I don't know how tapped in you are to this. But because I'm looking at that Page of Cups and I'm still feeling the need to go left, and I don't want to make this a 20-minute video, of me just channeling from spirit. I don't want to make it too long and talk your ear off. But there's a form of lack. And it's a form of lack that you're experiencing right now, but it comes... What? Leo, can I ask you a question? And I'm so serious. So fucking serious, man. As a child, Leo, and I have to ask you to be very honest with yourself when I ask you this. Do you feel, if you were to look back now as an adult, when you were a child, do you feel like you were loved in the way that you deserve to be loved? If you were to parent your child self, would you parent yourself the same way your parents parented you, or would you have done that differently? And that's a serious question I got to ask you, because there's something here, Leo, in regards to how you grew up, what you saw, the resources that you may have had, may have not had. There's something here that tells me that something wasn't right. Something wasn't right. I don't know if your parents just didn't breathe life into you, love into you. There's something generationally here. And again, even if your upbringing was good, it's still going back to the people in your lineage before you, what happened in their lifetime that was then passed on to you energetically through DNA, that you're now receiving the effects of what maybe your grandparents or great grandparents. I'm hearing Holocaust, so I don't know who, and I'm not going to touch on that. I'm just hearing Holocaust. I don't know if anybody is Jewish watching this, but I don't know what your grandparents or great grandparents may have experienced, that your parents may have tried to do right differently with you, but you still carry that heaviness to this day. And when certain patterns show and arise, and you may not be aware of what they come from on the surface level, you can kind of understand it, right? Maybe trust issues, abandonment issues, maybe, you tried to go for things and things didn't fall through, so that you can kind of put things on those circumstances as to why you may have certain patterns or beliefs that you have, but it goes deeper than that, and there's a need for you to go back and do that actual work. So that way, when these opportunities do come in for you, you're not allowing these patterns of negative either behaviors, mindsets, conditionings to affect really receiving all that's of higher good and higher faith for you, that's really placed upon your path for your soul mission. And I don't care what the hell this dream or desire is. It can be something that's extremely mundane or something that's larger than life. But that's what has to be done. That's what needs to be looked into. Leo, I'm going to leave this here because I will keep going and channeling, and I don't want to make this long. I love you. Please be safe. Take care of yourself. Drink your water, eat your foods, your vegetables, your greens, work out, make sure you take care of your health, okay? You do right, and it's springtime, so get outside. And specifically, too, for the Leo that I'm channeling, please, if you still are in the same area, neighborhood, city, or state of the place where you were raised and you come from a dysfunctional background, a toxic family, you didn't receive the love, your parents or a parent, whether it's a single family household or not, if they didn't breathe the life and love into you, if they didn't accept you or made you feel accepted or make you feel loved, if they may have made you question who you were and your identity and what you believed in and where you should be in this place of the world, you got to remove yourself from that energy. Please get out, please get out, please get out. I don't care if it's a weekend trip to a different state, a weekend trip to a different country. You got to shake up the energy within you so you can get out of this distorted perception and get out of this lack mentality. Your energy needs to be shifted. It feels like a gridlock. It feels like somebody's energy is in a gridlock. You got to get out of that location because the energy, again, if energy is in a specific location, right? Because that's, again, if energy is in a specific location that is negative, you can still pick up the vibrations of that energy and carry that forward with you. There's a need for you to get out of that location or that area so that way you can breathe new life into you. So that way this dream, this hope, this wish that you're wanting to go towards can actually be actualized and viewed from a positive aspect versus a space of lack, or it's not going to happen, or it hasn't happened for me. Let me go. I'm out. Bye. Love you.